Oh, come on. She's well, we've talked about that. Is takedown defense sexually transmitted? It's not, but it could be in the Sermonara household. Like, what's that? Osmosis?
Yeah. Anyways, Henry Hoof, do I say? Did I just kick one at him?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought you kicked one at him earlier. You didn't.
I just said Henry. He never responded.
Busy training champions.
Yeah.
And even that, like that's obviously where we want to go with like Chas Skelly. Hey, how are you? How's life? How are things? Who's gonna win?
Oh wow.
No,
Yeah. I mean, I also want to know what Chaz is up to.
of course. And like I said, I told you I've seen him on some Sanford MMA shit doing like the interviews and whatnot on their page.
How's his interviews? Has he got skills?
Oh, he's no menace, but
Oh wow, thank you.
yeah, he's doing something.
Means a lot to me.
You know, I saw him on there talking to Gilbert, and then I think think I saw another one, but I definitely saw the Gilbert one. I tuned in for a little bit, wrote a couple answers and questions, and he didn't respond to any of them. So I was like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." Oh, here's Chas Skelly right now jumping in.
Oh, he's ready.
He is ready,
Man, he's so good.
punctual.
How's my lighting over here? Should I turn my lights on, or is this good?
You could X Chaz once he pops in.
All right.
Connecting his audio.
Chaz! Hello? Chaz, we can't hear you, Buzz. Can we, Stan?
Nope. He has to connect his audio, which I don't think connected.
Fuck with your levels. I feel like I can hear him trying to talk. Chaz, talk. Just start clapping. Oh, here we go. Chaz?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Got it.
Chaz, I gotta ask you, how's my lighting? Do I go this lighting or this lighting?
They're both all right. I like the second one better.
All right, second one it is. Chaz, how you been, bro?
Been pretty good. How you been?
Oh, pretty good. I was talking to Stan because you had asked about a podcast, right?
Yep.
And Stan's the guy who knows more than I do. So you guys can, send numbers after the show, and he can get you kind of hooked up and maybe give you some pointers on whatever you want to know on that. But
awesome.
So Stan, one thing about Chas is same weight class as me when I was fighting. Met him, and I just thought he was gonna be this weird, fuck this guy. He's coming to my gym. He's training. Chas is fucking one of the coolest guys ever. Like within a day, I'm like, dude, are we best friends? Like super welcoming. Yeah, drinks beer. Wait, are you in Texas right now or Florida?
I'm in Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We haven't been back home in forever. Seems like we want to make a trip soon, but we're just kind of hanging out here. Stephanie works here. Actually, where they built Sanford MMA, where they built our gym, there's a strength conditioning place built onto it. They do neurological engineering, physical therapy, recovery, and she does the finances for them. Barwis.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say to Menace is I noticed you doing something with Sanford MMA, or at least you were on their Instagram talking to Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, so I was going to say I'm actually about to start a podcast for Sanford. So after I got hurt this last time, they hired me. They built an orthopedic surgeon's office onto our gym as well. But there's only a doctor in there, twice a month or whatever. So I just do the admin stuff for that, and I do the admin stuff for our gym. And so I get to work and I'm still in the gym all the time. So when I recover, I can, take another fight or whatever.
Oh,
So
my
you're
God.
banged up right now.
Yeah, I had my pectoralis major tendon got torn from the bone, so I had surgery. It's a 6-month recovery.
Damn.
Yeah, it actually sucked because I landed in Vegas. I was supposed to fight on UFC 246. I went through my whole camp. I felt great. I landed in Vegas, or I landed for my layover to get to Vegas, and my social media was all blown up, and everybody's saying, "Oh, that sucks, that sucks," and I was like, "What sucks?" They're like, "You didn't hear? Your fight's canceled." The guy I was fighting a kid named Grant Dawson. He had some issues with USADA. It was basically he had been busted for something in the past, and he still had traces of it in his blood, kind of like the John Jones picograms, And
Okay. What country is he
there was
from?
a little more. There was a little more to it. He was clean, There was a little more to it. It just sucked. They tested him, and I guess there were traces of something in his blood, and whatever. I believe he was clean though. I don't think he was dirty.
Now, if it was like when your opponent misses weight and they're like, "Hey, do you still want to fight him?" You're like, "Yeah." I mean, probably be the same with drugs, right? Like if a guy was like, "Hey, just turns out your opponent popped. Do you still want to fight him? We'll give you 20% of his purse." I'm like,
yeah. I'll take the money and I'll still fight it.
That should be an option, no?
Yeah. Hey, I agree. I think it should be an option. It should be an option.
Or it's not 20%, it's 40%.
Better option. Much better option.
Hey, Stan, let's mail it in.
Yeah.
Man, you should be on the board.
I know. There should be 7 judges, and if someone pops dirty for something that's banned, 40% of the purse. If that guy, or that guy can sit, try
Also,
to get his shit
cool.
right.
If you were just like the head of the judges, you look at the scorecards. One of the judges suck. You've got like the button just to send them down to the snake pit. they have a scorecard. Chair just falls right off underneath them.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
There should definitely be more judges, no?
I don't know. Maybe the last man.
There's 3 judges with guys that you don't know their MMA background.
Yeah, I think the judges should definitely be certified. I think that there needs to be something going on there with continuing education type stuff for judges and refs for sure.
To become a judge, you have to watch what? 7 fights, right? And they're all, I don't know, and they have to sit there and that round and just score the rounds, the random fights, and that's how if you get them all right, okay, as a real judge, the best judge, your judgments were right, were good. I'll take it.
Yeah, I think they should start them off easy. Fights that clearly are one-sided, or clearly one guy wins this round, clearly one guy wins this round. Kind of work them into harder fights for sure. But man, you know how it goes. There's such bad judging out there. It's amazing. Sometimes I watch these fights and even the Fili fight was a split decision, and I'm like, who scored that? It was a close fight, but don't get me wrong. But I mean, come on, that couldn't have been a split decision. You couldn't have given that to Jourdain, I don't think. That's a close one. That's a closer one. That's not really one of those that is even controversial. I'm just saying, even for it to be a split, to me, I'm like, it looked pretty clear.
Yeah. You know what it is, though? I was saying to Menace about Fili's fight. Fili's fights are close enough that, if you're an uneducated judge, I said you might score it for Fili, or you might score it for the other guy. His fights are always, at least the ones I can remember, especially the one with Menace, they're close enough that an uneducated judge is going to go, if they're looking away, they're going to look up and be like, oh, that guy. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what it is? I think for Fili, it's 1 out of 50 strikes he throws hits a good hits the guy like pretty hard. We're like, whoa, maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
But for the most, like, this.
Oh no, there was a lot there in this last fight. Like I had it for Fili, but then after the fight, I immediately the person I was watching it with, I said that's going to be a split decision. Just because I could tell just the way the fight, like what's his name, Charles Joe Bain, the guy he fought.
Yeah,
he landed enough to make some of the rounds close, but it was Fili's fight pretty much the whole time.
Yeah. I like what he's doing though.
He's very good at touching.
Yeah, he is. Well,
he touches you a lot. And a lot of times you walk into touches and they're locked in tight. And you're like, oh, you fucker.
But I like what he's doing later in his career. He's getting more of those takedowns to secure the rounds. I mean, he probably knows that his style, if he's touching somebody and they're touching him, they could be close rounds. Scoring those takedowns are huge. And I think that's smart of him to implement that,
Yeah. We gotta get him on the show.
We're trying.
I've heard he's a super nice guy.
He was throwing a lot of
I don't know him.
He was throwing a lot of head kicks in that fight this past weekend too.
Well, he has a head kick knockout.
Yeah.
So like, if you get, success with something, you're gonna kind of keep hoping that sucker lands again on random dudes,
Oh, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Should I even do it in sparring? Something's landing. I keep going to it.
Yeah.
And yes,
I wish
we've heard Fili is a super nice guy, but there's one guy who's also a nice guy that Fili has a little bit of history or beef with, if you will. And his name's Dennis Bermudez. His name's Dennis Bermudez.
We used to go.
You guys have beef?
I mean, not like I'm not one to really. I don't know. It was So one day I'm on Twitter. Somebody tags me, Fili, and somebody else. Like, so me and Fili are in the same weight class, and then there's another guy. I forget what weight class. Is like, man, you guys are all great fighters. I hope you guys all become champions. And Fili typed in like I don't know, but the other clowns like, I'm definitely gonna become champion. Like, I get it. That's the attitude you have to have. But I was like, nah, son. And I remember, when I was getting ready to fight him, he would go on my fan page and would like type in shit like, yo, this dude's gonna like keep doing that because you're gonna get your ass beat. And I was like, yo, motherfucker. Like, I get it. Like, it's funny now, but at the time I was like, dude, I'm going to thrash this guy. And then I lost.
No, I get you. I get it. There can't be two number ones. That would be 11.
Right. Yeah.
That's all you got to say.
But at the end of the day, listen, you get moral honey than you do with vinegar. All right. I'm ready. Sure. The ego, I'll push it aside. Hey, touchy-feely, you're rapping. And then one night I got hammered, right? Well, so I'm on. I saw Uriah Faber posted like a music video that Touchy Feely did, and I actually listened to it. I was like, this is shit. So I went into his comments and I was like, this is fucking shit. This sucks. Into Uriah. So Fili was going through Uriah's comments and was like, people were like, yo man, dope. Some people would say bad things. He'd be like, yo man, thank you for liking my shit. Some people were like, fuck you. And then he was saying, then he saw mine. And it was like, I think I was already on like a skid of losses. He was like, yeah, you think my shit's trash? Just like you're trash. And I was like, yeah? Because I think, I was like, I'll drop down the 50. I'll drop back down to 45. And like, he was like the one guy I was like, I would come out of retirement for. But
I feel like you should get him on the show now.
Well, the thing is, I don't want to like get him on the show and talk a ton of shit. But if it goes there, you know your boy's not going to back down.
No, I've actually heard he's really cool. I've heard he's a super nice guy.
Yeah, I think he's got a really good story to tell. He actually is a really good fighter.
Yeah, for sure.
And Uriah's a super nice dude. So if Uriah's cool with him, he's got to be, and that whole alpha male crew. I know them all pretty well. And they're all like really like almost over the top nice guys. You know, so I'm like, if they, you know, fuck with him, then he's got to be, you know, a stand-up guy too. You know.
Yeah, I've got my old roommate, really good friend of mine, Alex Munoz, trains out there, and
yes,
yeah, he said Philly's really cool. So I believe, you know, if Alex says he's cool. So Alex is a really cool guy, super nice guy. So
weird thing about Alex Munoz, he sounds like he's very like Hispanic looking, but he's not.
No, weird thing. You know what's crazy about him? His whole family, they're all like super talented. They can all like paint, ride mountain bikes, and just they're all gymnasts and shit. It's like, it's disgusting. It's like
my next door neighbors, probably the same family. They're half Native Americans, the Christians. So like my mentor is 7 years older than me. He's the youngest of all of them. So he was like, he could bench like 225, but he wrestled at 112.
Yeah,
like a freak. Yeah. Like he's the only. I watch him do like this, not one but two, fully all the way out, one arm pull ups. Not like grab your own hand, full. Oh, I'm like Jesus. Well, I'm like, you know, so freak.
Yeah.
And his one brother can run forever. He has like the high school like running record. The other brother can make art out of anything. Like my dad, I've watched him. He had this huge stump. He carved this fucking dope tortoise. Then my dad I watched him paint a bunch of shit on canvas with a brush. Then my dad was like, "Hey, can you do murals?" He's like, "Oh, probably." Gives the dude a fucking hood with the mural like fine print gun. He makes this dope. I'm like, really, dude? You could just give you anything. You can make art. And then the sister's a good mom, I guess.
She's a great lady.
Yeah. And then the oldest brother can just like never went to mechanic school, never like he could just fix anything kind of thing. I'm like, I don't. Yeah, none of them have ever went to carpentry school. Can all do carpentry. I'm like, I don't get it.
So Menace, Randy.
My family's really good at drinking. We all can. Yeah. The genetics I got.
What did you say, Stan?
Menace and the man are good at drinking as well. That's why a beer company sponsored us.
Hang on.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll be right back.
But Chaz, do you know Randy from the UFC? Formerly from the UFC. He was the social media guy for the UFC.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
I'm just gonna call him Randy Gastelum because he looks like Kelvin Gastelum.
He does.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a little quick promo.
All right, you do.
So I got this great South Bay beer, right? Nice. So Stan, on the last episode, I poured it like this, you know, so there wasn't foam, right? And on it says pouring notes, invert can and pour. So my lady calls me out on it. Is like, are you retarded? Like, why did you?
Whoa! Like, are you mentally not that smart or whatever?
Are you not like smart? Do you not know anything? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's supposed to have the head on it. Like good beer is supposed to have a head on it. That I'm like, oh, the can said to pour it inverted. And then the brewer said to drink it out of a pint glass. So let's see what happens. Listen, inverted. Whoa, there's not a lot of head going on here.
Glass too small.
There was head everywhere. Oh shit. Dude, that's wild. Did you just see, guys? Look, that was the cup. It was upside down. And there's not like, I guess I just drank way too many Coors Lights, huh? Look now, the head's brewing.
Good though. That looks good.
Yeah, this is a stout. They're nitro dry Irish style stout. 1 pint.
And what kind of beer is that?
The brand?
The brand.
Great South Bay Brewery.
Yeah, so, we like to
Yeah.
We got this thing with trying new beers. We try all the new beers we can. So I have to try it.
Maybe Stan can pull some strings and get you sent some.
Yes, 100%. That's another thing that I did want to possibly talk to Rick from GSB about is maybe we start sending cases to some of our guests so they could try it out.
That's the best idea I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with you.
You should start right now.
Like Chaz, what would be your favorite podcast? The one you just listen to, or the one you come on? They send you a shirt, a 6-pack of beer, and a mask, like a face mask.
That one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah,
you could have stopped at the. You could have stopped at the beer. I'm just kidding. That one definitely.
Yeah, the mask's gonna be a dog chew toy. The shirt's gonna be like a rag to clean something.
Semen.
But the beer will go
in.
in.
Cum rag.
I love those Nestle Man guys.
I got a funny story about that.
Listening.
One time, so I had a college roommate, or in college, everybody's always wearing each other's clothes and stuff. Like if we were all the same, we were all wrestlers, about the same size.
Can I pause you right there?
Yeah.
So Stan, we're painting the deck today. Do you see those shorts I was wearing?
Yeah.
That was my 125-pounders high school shorts that got stolen. Someone else stole them, and then I stole them. Continue, guys.
That's how it goes. So anyways, one day, I do a little cleanup duty with a shirt and then just throw it over, by the dirty clothes. Well, I guess one of my roommate came in my room, and I don't know why he picked a shirt out of my dirty clothes instead of my closet. But I go to school the next day, and I look, and I'm like, is that my shirt he's wearing? And I look, he turns around, huge, just cum stain all down the back of it. That's definitely my shirt.
Got him.
There's two places to get rid of it, right? One, the shower goes down the drain, or two, an already dirty shirt. Like you're gonna wash it. Obviously not when you're like really good shirts. You don't know if it's gonna somehow stain it. I don't know.
Like I don't think I've ever done a shirt. I wasn't even like, you ever see the memes and the shit on Instagram where it's like, oh, I found this sock under my boyfriend's bed, and it's like a frozen sock.
The sock is, I've done it in my life, but it's just a lot of work.
I've never.
Yeah, I'm not a sock guy.
I've always been a paper towel guy. Not a tissue, a paper towel.
Evidently, I'm a towel guy because Stephanie says I have to stop using the towels because they're never soft again.
All right, this is.
Hang on.
I'm
an expert.
Wait, Menace. Let me cut you off. This is the perfect conversation. We'll have Randy jump in with us.
Oh wow,
this is a good one.
I'm gonna get. As soon as he hops in here, I'm going right to it.
Go right to it. Yeah, you're good.
What's up, guys?
Randy, welcome.
Hey, Randy.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Randy, I've been playing my pudding for years now. Years. So I know where it's going to go, right? So when I'm alone by myself, lotion's out, candles are lit, I put a towel where I know it's going to go. Easy cleanup.
Slightly to the left.
Yeah, my left thigh. My hip, we're in good shape.
As long as you know, I guess, right?
Yes. So wait,
if for some reason it goes outside that, well, I got the towel, right, Chaz?
That's right. You always got a towel.
Randy, you remember Chaz?
Yeah, I remember Chaz. Yeah, of course.
He's a good old Texan boy, trains in Florida.
Yeah.